White. Joe Rivera, who brings his solid play to the gym every day. He will head to Virginia Tech in the fall. Number 15, Henry Relay. Henry has played multiple positions for us this year and is a great role model to our younger players. He will attend Baylor University in the fall. Number 17, Joe Fukuyama. Joe has been an essential part of this team's success through his determination and heart. He will continue his studies at UConn. Next up is Eli Velasquez. He brings his high energy to the gym every day. He has committed himself to the program and continues to help everyone in the program to improve. Number 9, Mr. Carlin. Lucas has been seventh in the program since freshman year and has continued to improve each year, and his love for the game is contagious. He will head to Eton in the fall. Number 13, Tyler Richards. Tyler has played multiple positions this year and is ready to step up to the team wherever he is needed. He continues to elevate his level of play and contribute to the success of the program. After graduation, he'll be attending the University of Hartford. We are very proud of our seniors for all of their accomplishments. We'll miss them and know that they will continue to have great success in whatever they do in the future. I present to you our seniors. The coaches would like to thank all the parents and families for all of their support throughout the season. Good luck to all of our seniors.
Good afternoon and welcome to Conard High School. Today's match will be played under the rules of the CIAC and the National Federation. Now for today's starting lineup. For the Windsor Warriors, seniors, number 10, Nathan Lay. Senior, number 13, Jackson Yang. Senior, number 15, Brandon Chantabon. Junior, number 5, Desmond Harper. Junior, number 8, Forrest Lawrence. Junior, number 24, Ryan McDonald. Junior, number 9, Hunter Dupont. Junior, number 3, Max Ayala. Windsor is coached by John Bowie, Tanya Prince, and Maya Prince. Now for Conard's starting lineup. Sophomore, number 8, Nikki Tubanka. Sophomore, number 12, Max Music. Senior, number 15, Henry Drolet. Senior, number 17, Joe Fukuyama. Senior, number 2, Joe White. Senior, number 9, Lucas Hartland. Senior, number 13, Tyler Richard. Conard is coached by Gary Roller, Doug Sikorsky, and Doug Sam. Would you please rise for the pledge for our national anthem?
And here we go. Game is underway. Opening serve coming up in a couple seconds. And here we go, the opening serve. Starting on the side of Windsor. Visiting team getting the first point on the board. Couldn't quite platform the ball there. Making it 2-0 visiting team coming into this. go. Conard getting on the board, making it an even game here. Out of bounds, giving the visiting team a point on that play. One of the biggest keys will be limiting those types of mistakes from the serves. Serving is going to be the biggest keys from both teams, as Windsor has a tough time trying to platform that one there. Conard getting another point there. Tyler Richards is going to be a key player on this team, leading this team. Another point there. Nice spike for Conard, keeping it an even score game. So far going back and forth. Still 4-4. Nice little rally here. Conard keeping it alive. Right off the left hand of number 1 on Windsor, and there goes Conard getting another point. So Windsor getting the first couple points on the board, not phased at all for Conard, and they're in it as well. Conard again, getting another point on the board. Conard taking a bit of a commanding lead. Crowd getting into it, getting excited for their team on senior night. Conard has 5 seniors on this team. Henry Drollett, Jonah White, Joseph Fukuyama, Lucas Hartland, and Tyler Richards. All 5 players going to be big contributors in tonight's game. That's exactly what Windsor needed. Stopping that momentum, forcing a rotation. See how they respond next after that. Can they get more momentum? Nice spike. Looks like it goes out of bounds, just out of bounds there. The back line. Trying to get that forward spin on it. Just a little bit too much. And that one was not a little bit too much. Getting right there in the center of the court. Conard with another point of the board, stopping the momentum that was possibly created by Windsor. Spike. Wait, it's a nice little rally here. Tried to block it. Didn't touch the net, so no penalty, it seems. But he couldn't quite get it over the net there, and that's a point for Windsor. It's a solid little rally. Windsor staying in it and getting that point, making it 11-7. Not what you want. Not what you want. Biggest key is going to be the serving. That is the biggest, most important player in this game on either team. Limiting those mistakes and capitalizing off of very good skills from those serves is going to be huge in determining the outcome of this game. As Windsor gets another nice point there. Conard trying to platform it, just bounces off a little bit on the wrong direction. Nice platform, but couldn't quite get another player there in time. And that ball goes out of bounds. That's another point for Windsor. Crowd definitely seems very into it. This is senior night, of course. Celebrating all the terrific achievements by seniors on both teams. This being one of, if not the final games of their season. Battling hard, having camaraderie with their teammates, and now they get that celebration that they much deserve. Here's the serve. Spike. Nice block by number 5. Real nice block there. Had the nice anticipation for that ball. Didn't touch the net. Very clean. You like to see that if you're the coach of Conard. Great stuff there for Conard. Another spike. Conard keeps it alive. Coming back with one of their own. And it touches one of the players on Windsor, so that's a point for Conard. 16-9. Tried to spike it, but it goes right into the net. Not quite. And it bounces off the hands of one of the Conard players, going out of bounds. And you could tell this crowd is very loud. little bump there. Tried to block it, but it looks like Windsor's going to try and keep it alive. That was a bit of a tough one there. Spike coming from Conard, but it goes out of bounds. Windsor stopping some of the momentum, getting a few points in a row to try and stop Conard from getting this first set. Another spike, bounces off one of the defenders, couldn't quite effectively block it, Windsor that is. And Conard gets it right back. Number 5 just not getting enough to muster on that one. A little bit short, hits the net. And that's another one for Conard. Nice play there by Windsor, doing a little fake out of a play. That's number 8. Really faked out everybody on Conard. That ball just landed perfectly in the center. That was real nice. And that spike was real nice too. Windsor couldn't quite platform that ball. Conard seems to have a lot of answers to what Windsor is giving them. They're getting some good points, Windsor is. But Conard is be able to answer back so far. Very difficult spike. Great adjustment there by number 5 after not getting it over the net on a previous spike, but he got it there. He got all that one. The serve. Couldn't quite platform it again. Number 5 doing some damage, helping out Windsor's team here on senior night. Spike goes out of bounds. Like I mentioned earlier, one of the biggest keys is going to be the serves from both teams. If it's going out of bounds too much, you're going to let the other team have an opportunity to capitalize on those mistakes. Conard didn't have to do anything there to get a point. Nice little rally going here by both teams. And it ends there. Conard pushing it a little bit too far past the back line. This first set's getting close. 20-16. Spike, couldn't quite get it there. Tried to stop it. Ball goes a little bit too forward and near the net. Windsor didn't want to accrue a penalty. They didn't jump to get it. And that's going to be Conard's point. Not quite ready for the direction of where that ball was going to be going. Here comes the serve. Real nice try of a spike, trying to get the corner. Number 5 on Windsor. Just out of bounds, just a little bit too hard. And that gives Conard another point. Except that. That's going to give Windsor another point. You don't want that ball hitting the net on the first serve. But regardless, both teams staying in it despite mistakes. Very hard to hit spike. Somehow Windsor keeping that one alive. Here comes another spike. Couldn't quite get it though. That's going to be Windsor's point there. Or, excuse me, it's going to be Conard's point. I guess they were able to get a point there. Looked like it was a foul on Windsor. And that's what got him to get a point. Keeping it alive there in the backcourt. Nice job, Conard. It pushes it just a bit too far to the right. And that stops Conard with 2 points away from 25. Giving Windsor the edge here. Giving them the opportunity to do some big things with their own serves. Let's see what they got. Oh, that stayed in bounds. No, it did not. No, it did not. That is huge. Just out of bounds there. And that's going to give Conard game point for the first set. Windsor staying in it. Windsor staying in it. Not backing down despite Conard being 1 point away. How do they respond being down in this hole? I don't know if they fully expected to be in this hole, but that doesn't matter. Tough time from Conard trying to stop that one. Make it 20 for Windsor. They get to 24. They'll have to go past 25. Making both teams do a little bit more work. And that's a nice spike. And again, number 5 on Windsor, Desmond Harper. Making some big plays up in the front court. That goes to Conard. First team to get to 25. It's a solid first game right there. Conard gets it 25-21. Windsor trying to stay in it, doing some plays, doing the best that they possibly can. But Conard coming out with the first one. We'll be back for the next sets. This is WHCI. Back on WHCI, the start of the second set. Conard winning the first one. Second set coming up. Coverage throughout the lacrosse season. Volleyball. Getting my sports mixed up. On West Hartford Community Interactive is sustained through community support and tax-deductible contributions, helping ensure that local programs and student athletes continue to be seen and celebrated. Second set underway in a few seconds here. Serves on both teams, making big effects on the scoreboard for both of them. Limiting those mistakes. Whoever wins that battle, I think is going to be winning this game. But we will see. Set with a nice spike. There's a block denied by Conard. Here comes another spike. Going right to the left side. Missing the blockers. Solid job there by Conard, picking up right where they left off on the first set. Conard up 2-0 to start. Windsor doing everything they can to keep that ball alive, but not quite enough. Conard getting another one. Keeping that momentum going. Can they feed off that energy, maybe go on a streak here? We'll see. Nice block by Conard. 4-0. Dominant in this second set here on senior night, nonetheless. The seniors are showing up for Conard. Comes Windsor trying to respond back with one of their own. Can they get something going with the second set here? Having a bit of a slower start. This is a nice rally by both teams. Here comes the spike, and that hits off. Looks like it hit off the net. So there goes Windsor getting their first point of this set, stopping what could have been real bad for them. But here they go with their own set. Their own serve. Not what you're looking for. Just past the back lines there. Had a little bit too much on it. It goes back to Conard. Wow. That was a crazy block. Coming in number 6, he was ready to go and smash that down. And Conard said, no, 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 not today. And so did the net on that one. So a couple points by each of the teams. A couple failed serves. But real nice in the front court by Conard. And by Hall. You could hear by the crowd there, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Desmond Harper, number 5, doing his thing. Picking up right where he left off in the first set. Spike right there, number 8. Trying to get a point, couldn't quite get it. It looks like Windsor's going to get another one. Nice job by Windsor staying on the ball there. Now Conard getting another point. Whoa, they kept that one in? You gotta be kidding me. But Windsor responds with one of their own. Getting it right in that corner. Slick and slide. 7-5. Keeping it alive. Nice set there. Trying to spike it. Looks like it's going to be another point for Conard. That ball goes just out of bounds. Actually looks like he touched the net, according to the ref. Coming in, number 3, starting off real far back. And ready for it is Conard, number 15. That's one of the seniors, Brandon Chantavong. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. But he is one of the seniors, number 15, making a great block. Here comes the set and the spike. Faked him out with a slight one, but it looks like Windsor was able to barely get it just off the ground. Did not hit the ground, keeping it alive. Now Windsor gets a point. 9-6. Not what you want. That's the killer. That's the killer. Minimizing those mistakes, hitting the net. That's been the one big thing, kind of for both teams, but it's mattered a bit more and kind of hurt Windsor a little bit more than it has hurt Conard. But both teams seem to be getting into a nice rhythm, both offensively and defensively. Getting blocks, stopping the ball from hitting the ground, having nice spikes. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. 1-7. Diego Gonzalez Mendez. Here comes the serve. Looks like that went out of bounds, or it tipped on one of the defenders. No, that tipped on one of the defenders, giving Windsor another point here. Nice job. Number 5 doing his thing. And that hurts. Right after Windsor makes a nice play, stopping the momentum from Conard. Just need a little bit more in that one to get over. And that one goes out of bounds. So Windsor getting lucky after screwing up on their own serve. Conard saying, hold my beer. Making it 12-9. Did that go in? That went in. You gotta be joking. Wow. That went from one of the corners all the way to the other corner. He used one hand, just kind of slapping it a little bit upward, and it stayed in bounds, using the entire court to keep that in bounds. That was impressive. Very, very impressive. Looked like that was Jackson Yang, also a senior captain of the team. doing his thing there. Oh, excuse me, I'm looking at Windsor. That was Tyler Richards, one of the key players that I mentioned earlier on Conard. Keeping it alive for a nice rally here, doing a spike. Goes a little bit too far though, and Conard gets a point there. So Tyler Richards, go-to finisher on Conard. That's the guy that you want spiking the ball if you're Conard. Windsor is much more experienced than this Conard team. Conard with 5 seniors. Windsor with, let's see here, 7. But so far, Conard's been doing their thing, winning in the first set, and so far in the lead in the second one. Here the serve. This set and the spike, blocked. It looks like it went over. Yep, that went over. Just over the net. Almost able to block that. Rostislav Ostapchuk. That's number 24. A junior. Ooh, that was a nice block there. Both teams making really solid blocks in this game today. And now the same guy gets to serve it. Hits the net. Giving it right back to Windsor. Based on what I've seen so far, everything, I think this is going to come down to serve and receive. You can control that first pass, you unlock your entire offense. When that breaks down, everything gets harder. As Windsor hits one into the net on the serve. But both teams with really good timing on the blocks in this game. As that one is hit out. Not quite the area you want if you're Desmond Harper. Making some big plays today, just not quite there. But here he goes again. Making a little tip. Conard keeps it alive though, keeping it a nice little rally. Here he goes with the spike. Conard blocks it. That's number 15. And that's blocked again by Windsor. Both teams establishing a presence at the net. Good timing on that block there. But in general, on a lot of the blocks in this game, taking away angles, that can completely change how hitters approach their swings moving forward. As Conard gets it right back. Not too many huge momentum swings in this game. Both teams staying in it for the most part. Just Conard having the slight edge. With just a couple more blocks, couple more big plays. This game's not over yet. Not even close. And that one's hit past the out-of-bounds line. Giving it right back to Windsor for another serve, giving them an opportunity to possibly make a run here. No team has really been able to kind of do that yet, but we will see if they have an opportunity to do that. Looks like it hit the corner. That's a real nice spike by Windsor. Right in the corner. That's exactly where you want it to go, where nobody is. If you have to get that ball, you're going to have to make a diving play, and then even then, it's going to be hard to keep that in the air. Nice job by Windsor there. The spike. Windsor keeping it alive. Little toss from Windsor, diving for the platform. There's Conard. Really nice dive and stop there. And here comes a real nice rally going back and forth. Who's going to win this? Who's going to win this one? It's still alive, but not quite there. After a long rally, South Windsor gets the dub on that one. Gets the point. Timeout, Conard. South Windsor was starting to get a little bit momentum there. I could tell that Conard wanted to slow that down a little bit. Coach Carrie Roller wanted to slow things down, get them back in the right mindset. She could tell that a couple players were a little bit frustrated on that sequence. So we'll see what this little timeout here has the impact on. Just a good time for a reset. Settle things down. Because those big runs, 3 to 5 points, can get real dangerous. Once one run can get completely flip a set, and she was worried that that was what was going to happen. So she took that timeout. We'll see what that effect that has. A serve from Windsor. That goes out of bounds. Conard getting the ball right back, not needing to do anything. Well, not necessarily anything. Sometimes it's harder for the server to see where they're actually going to go with the ball. And so depending on the sequence, it might throw them off a little bit. But no touching the ball, and Conard gets a point. Nice block there by Conard. Keeping that ball inbounds, just gliding slightly on the net. That one's real hard to keep playing. They get another point there. So that timeout so far is paying off. It kind of resettled the players. And it's making an impact. Another point for Conard. Now here they go on a run. As they get close to that 25 mark. Can Windsor stop them? Nice bump and set. Nice touch from Windsor. But Conard responds with something of their own, making it 23-18, 2 away from 25. With a chance to win their second set. Conard started off the season real strong. Past couple games have been real difficult. Last game losing 3-0 to Joel Barlow. But now they have an opportunity to turn it around. make some big things happen, stop that losing streak. No way to do that better than on senior night. The spike picked up by Windsor. Here comes the set. Nice little tap there from Windsor on the left side. And Conard responds with one of their own little taps, finding the open zone. 24, 1 point away from winning their second set, putting Windsor in a pretty big hole. And Windsor getting one as that hits the net on that serve. So now they got an opportunity here. See if they make a comeback. They can't have any mistakes though. Everything's got to go over the net. Windsor staying alive. 24-21, they're creeping back. Here comes the momentum. Can Conard stop it? The set and the spike. Keeping it alive, but not quite, and it goes a bit to the right. And the same score as the last set, 25-21. Conard wins this one. Same score as the first one, just where they left off. Both teams, again, making solid plays, but just a couple more made by Conard. You're listening to WHCI. We'll be back for the ending of this game. We are back on WHCI. If you're enjoying today's volleyball coverage, would like to support future telecasts, You can learn more about volunteering or making a tax-deductible donation by visiting West Hartford Community Interactive online at whci.live. Through 2 sets here, it's been all Conard on the scoreboard. They've taken both 25-21, but don't let that fool you. This has been a competitive match. Windsor has been right there in both sets, just unable to close late. That's really been the difference. Conard executing in those final few points when it matters most. Now you're Windsor. This is where you've got to respond. You've played well enough to be in this match, but it's not. Now it's about finishing. And for Conard, you can sense they're one clean set away from closing this out. Set 3 coming up. Windsor trying to extend it. Conard looking for the sweep on senior night. It'd be a pretty fitting finish here for Conard if they can close it out in 3. Windsor starting with the set. And they get the first point in this 3rd set. And Conard getting a point right back there. Down 2 sets to none, though. This is where you look for a response early, trying to set the tone, grab control of one of these sets. On the other side, Conard just looking to stay steady. As a spike here from Conard. Looks like it goes out of bounds, just a little bit too much on that one. But now down 2-1 with the momentum switching. Here comes Windsor. Despite Conard looking to finish in 3. The spike. Faked it from the middle. Wow, keeping it alive. South Windsor getting it right back to the other side. And now they get a point. South Windsor waking up a little bit. Starting off this with the lead. Wow. Just wow. That's all I can say. Incredible play. The spike. Trying to block it, but couldn't quite get it there. Conard stopping the momentum that Windsor had with those first 5 points being 4-1. But just like that, one play and it switches the momentum for either team. Trying to tip it over, but couldn't quite do it. Conard blocking it. And that goes out of bounds. Conard getting possession. Keeping it alive is Conard for a nice little rally. Trying to block it is Windsor. Looks like they were able to platform it. Big spike from guess who? Number 5 for Windsor. Desmond Harper finding the corner. Nice spike there. As the crowd has a specific chant for him. They know that he's their guy when it comes down to finishing in that closer court there. All right, getting a couple rallies going here. Here comes the spike. Blocked by Conard. It looks like that went out of bounds. Good timing on the block, just kind of hit on the right side of the hand, and it goes out of bounds. Windsor keeps it. They keep the lead here in this third set. Nice little rally, keeping it here. Looks like a foul is called. Somebody touched the net. Looks like it was Windsor that did. And that mistake could be big because that looks like it changed the tide for this third set. Possibly getting Conard the sweep, as that's what they're looking for. Windsor still with the lead in this third set. Big platform stop there with a big spike, but it didn't look like it was able to get over the net. Conard getting another point in that one. Playing some defense. Nice little tap. Nice dive again. Platforming it. Conard responding with one of their own, trying to get it over. Hits on the net. They keep it there. The rally keeps going. Blocked. Denied. Rejected. 6-6. What a great sequence that was. Conard wasting no time responding. That's exactly what they've done all night long. Every time Windsor's made a push, Conard's had an answer. And here comes Conard. Timeout Windsor as Conard gets a nice little bit of a momentum swing. 4 points in a row as Windsor tries to resettle their guys. This is a big timeout. You can already feel this set starting to take on that same pattern as the first two. You got to reset here if you're Windsor. Came out strong, but things got away quickly. Seems like the story of all the sets. For Conard, just more of what we've seen. Steady, composed, responding every time they've been challenged. Both teams as well trying to find those high percentage swings. Not just smart, not just power, but high percentage shots, finding the open space. And that's what's going to keep rallies in your favor. The serve from Conard. Blocking that spike is Conard, keeping it alive. But a block of their own right on the middle of the net is Windsor. And after that timeout, they get a point, making it a tie 7-7 in this third set. The serve. Here comes the spike. Blocked by Windsor, but Conard stays with it, trying to find the open zone. Conard again getting that platform off of that spike, keeping it alive, keeping this rally alive. Here comes a spike. JK, not a spike, but Conard's ready for it, more than I was. Except that one goes out of bounds as he tries on Conard to get to that back right corner. Just was a bit more to the right. Windsor now with that timeout, getting exactly what they wanted, stopping that momentum. But Conard answered with one of their own. Windsor unable to platform that spike. Just a bit too fast, and it went up into the rafters, excuse me. Spiking it there, number 13 for Windsor. Very rarely he's spiked it in this game. Trying to shock the Conard defense there, but Conard is ready for everything. And there's a point for them. They take back the lead with another lead change in this third set. But number 13 has had great touch with the ball. Soft hands, faking out from when you expect a spike. Just like that, a little soft touch. There comes a spike. And Windsor's not quite ready for it. It hits off the left arm. Not enough elbow space to keep that play going. Conard getting another point. Looking for the sweep on senior night. The spike from Windsor. Blocked. Denied, but it looks like Windsor's going to stay with it. Slightly hits over the net. Blocked again by Windsor, but Conard now stays with it, responding exactly the same way. But it hits off one of the Windsor players, and it goes a bit too far back. They can't rebound after the ball goes too far. Conard with another point. So Conard staying with it despite Windsor getting a little bit of momentum. Now they're getting on a run. 4 in a row. Very dangerous. Timeout Windsor. Got to resettle their guys. This is going to be a big timeout. From the opening serve to the final set of the season, community involvement helps sustain WHCI's ability to document the moments, traditions, and stories that define local volleyball. Viewers interested in staying connected with WHI volleyball coverage can subscribe on YouTube, leave a review, or explore donation and volunteer opportunities by visiting WHCI.live. Here we go. The third set. Bit too much in front of Windsor. Point Conard getting right where they left off despite the timeout. Keeping the same energy they've had all game. Tried to hesitate with the spike. But it looks like Conard was ready for it. I would have just not hesitated, spiked that, out physical the other player. But he tried something a little bit different. I tried to throw off their timing. Didn't quite pay off. But there we go. Windsor getting a point, getting the morale back. We'll see what they can do here. And there goes Conard, getting it right back. 6-point lead. 10 points away from the sweep on senior night. Getting a little kick, trying to keep it in play. That was pretty cool, but couldn't quite do it. It's number 24 on Windsor. That's Ryan McDonald, Jr. Let's see if some of the seniors on either teams make some big plays. And just fallen a bit in front of Windsor, right in front of Desmond Harper. Conard getting another point there, 17-9. Feeling pretty good so far. Conard keeping it alive after a spike there, staying with it. Nice grit being shown by Conard, but they couldn't quite get a point there. Looks like Windsor's going to get a point. Flip the momentum. The serve. Couple bumps. Trying to get a spike, but a bit far from the net as it hits the net, and Windsor gets a second one in a row. Spike a bit closer to the net. And guess who? Number 15 for the Red Wolves, ready to go. There's the senior, Henry Drollett, making a nice play for the Conard Red Wolves. They're too far out of bounds. Conard getting another point, 19-11 with an 8-point lead. Only 6 to go to get the sweep on senior night. Can they get the sweep? Hits the net there. Seniors on the court ready to make a couple of plays for Conard. Windsor responds back with one hitting their net too. 20-12, 5 away from the W. The serve. Nice bump there by Windsor, keeping it alive after that serve. Fake spike on the middle. Real spike on the right side, and Windsor could not get that platformed. Ball goes out of bounds. 4 away. The nice soft serve, but it does not get over the net. And that's a momentum killer for Conard. Windsor now has an opportunity to keep this game alive. The spike. Just kidding, not a spike, a little tight, little touch. There's a real spike. Windsor keeping it alive on both, ready for whatever comes their way. Another spike on the front lines there. That goes out of bounds though. Windsor getting another point. Can they make a run? The big difference in this game has been Conard has been able to make a little bit more on their runs, a little bit extra than Windsor as they get a third point here. We'll see if they get a run now. And that gets hit by the net. 22-15, 3 away from a sweep. The senior core making some big plays in this game for Conard. Can Windsor claw back? Or will Conard put the nail in the coffin, being 3 away? Keeping it alive, but another spike right after the platform. Bit tough luck there for Windsor, but Conard was ready to go with that spike. Incredible stuff up front today by Conard seniors. 2 away. Nice toss there by Windsor, trying to catch Conard off guard, but they're ready for it. Not spike. Here comes a real spike, blocked it, but Windsor keeps it alive. There's a nice little platform, a nice little rally. They try to hit it, but it hits the net. It hits the net. It looks like Windsor's going to get the point for that one. Trying to stop the momentum that Conard has here, and they're down 6, so this is urgency. Everything now on the line. Hitting the net, but going over. Spike from the backcourt. Nice job there by Conard. Number 13, Tyler Richards. Tyler, Lucas, Joseph, Jonah, and Henry, the 5 seniors, been making some big plays in this game. 1 away. That serve goes a bit too far, giving Windsor just a little bit of life. Their last opportunity to figure something out. No more serves here for Conard. Everything from Windsor. 1 more from the sweep. Can Conard do it? The spike blocked by Windsor. They stay with it. Windsor stays with it. Looks like Conard is going to stay with it. Everyone close on the front lines. Here comes the spike. Windsor blocks it. Another spike, another push. And it looks like Conard was able to get that inbounds on a nice rally at the end. Windsor fighting as best as they possibly can at the end of the game, but not quite enough. And the Conard Red Wolves pull off a sweep on senior night. Both teams shaking hands, keeping great sportsmanship, knowing that it's senior night. Celebrating the players that are probably, this is it. This is their last year with Conard. All the hard work they're reflecting on. But an incredible finish for Conard as they make a nice 3-set sweep here at home. Windsor doing everything they can to keep this game in check and keep it in the cards. But every time, each set, Conard was able to win. They just made a couple more plays, a couple more blocks, a couple more passes, a couple more spikes. And they pulled out with the win. You're watching WHCI. I'm Alex Strout. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.